past 11 p.m. in Kigali. This is a Park-In Hotel. So we've had a long day now. We came back from Musanze and then we were at the restaurant having dinner, digging in and having fun, poking fun at our Nigerian friends, being loud all over. You know, anytime Africans meet only Nigerians and Ghanaians, we make the loudest noise. So we're going on, and I raised my head just to see this larger-than-life figure, this huge Ghanaian export. He's in Kigali, and I said, "Hey, Darlington, Congo, AI man, what are you doing here?" He said, "Sure, I hear you are in Kigali, so me too, I come." I said, "Hey, like, come and sit down, let's vibe on Beyond Borders." So, welcome to Beyond Borders on ChannelOne television. I am Caleb Kuda. It's the first time I'll be in shorts on TV. I'm chilling, you understand? So, Darlington Congo is my guest. Enjoy this one.
Since you can try go the town since I saw.
No, we just drive through, go different places then to some. But we go Musanze. No, Darlington Akogo.
Caleb.
You're a big man.
What's up?
No, you're a big man.
You are the big man.
The way you were striding through the restaurant, I could just feel like some big baller was in the building. Some big baller was in the building.
Relax. No, I'm happy to see you here, man.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard.
I did.
For a moment, I was like, hey,
I did. What's happening here? I know.
Some exposure now.
I know. You left Ghana without crying us, so we have caught you. So just look in the cameras and tell the Ghanaians who you have not told you are leaving, say sorry to them or send them shout outs. Mention their name, say hi to everybody, then we start the conversation.
Shout out to all the amazing people in Ghana.
Yeah, man.
You should all be here in Kigali.
My God.
You know. But, we're all doing what we need to do. Young Africans, that's why I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah.
Young Africans just pushing, so.
It's true.
Let's keep pushing.
I'm glad to see you. You're doing so well.
Thank you.
This month we've been doing Business Festival. This is June. We are recording this in June. Yeah. The first week we did AI. You were one of the people Bernard interviewed. You were in for the forum. Great stuff you were doing, and it's amazing the kind of stuff you're doing. But let's start with the Kigali, Accra, Ghana, Rwanda conversation. This is not your first time in Rwanda.
No.
It's mine first. Tell me what your first impressions and latter day impressions have been.
My first impression was, so I got to Kigali, the vibe was, it's a much smaller place than Accra,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
But then I realized how quickly they move.
Yeah.
Very quickly, and they are energized. There's hope in people's eyes, right? Which for the youth, you don't see so much.
From our side.
Yes, because of, you know what, we won't get into that. But So those are some of the things. Then, just meeting young people here, they like to have fun, but they are also driven by a sense of patriotism.
It's crazy.
Like they really want to change things.
Yeah.
You see young people that are fired up.
Yeah.
Then it goes from there to, I went to the Rwandan Development Board, right? They told me that, if you want to do business in Rwanda, it's that easy. Just go to Rwandan Development Board. I'm like, yeah, I've heard these things before. Then I walked in there, and then they were like, what are you doing? I said, okay, we work on AI, and we actually came here as part of an AU team.
Right.
Because at the time, we're working on the continental AI strategy for African Union.
Right.
So we told them this, and then they're like, what do you need? We're like, we need partnerships with this and this. And this is unofficial. We just showed up.
Yeah.
Sent us up the building to one of the top floors, brought in different teams that were responsible for different sectors, and they're like, what do you need?
Wow.
We can help you if you want to do AI for agriculture. We can help you with healthcare. We can put you in touch with this agency and this agency. And then all of this is happening. So this is another cool thing that I find out. It is Friday. Apparently there's a policy that says that for all government workers, right? I don't remember the time. It's maybe 3 p.m. Friday.
Yeah.
You have to leave the office and go do some physical activity.
You are kidding me?
It's a requirement.
For all government workers.
For all government workers.
And I was shocked to learn today that the government, effective last year, June 1, 2023, Cabinet agreed that work starts at 9, closes at 5, so that parents can take their children to school at 8:30 and get to work at 9. And this is to improve family well-being and productivity and all of that.
Yes. So there are all these things that just catch you off guard. But I think one of the cool things, right? I know we've all heard that Kigali is the cleanest city in Africa, right?
I was waiting for that.
When I heard this stuff, I had some expectations. And when I got here, I was like, no, this is a joke. Because we went into, you know, we are in the nice side of town now. We've gone into the remote sides, the rural side. It's still clean.
Everywhere.
Everywhere is clean.
Including their mamobis, their chocos, their Nimas, every version of ours that we think is a good excuse because of what the low-income situation is, is even better than our cleanest, actually.
Yes. And so, for me, that was one of the things that really threw me off. It shocked me. Then also, it's just realizing that today is Sunday, right?
Yes.
So, I believe it's on Sunday in the morning, that's when they usually clean the cities. And you're not allowed to be moving around. And most of the cleaning are done by older women. That's also a way to give them some form of employment.
Okay.
There's a lot of intentionality here.
Yeah.
Even if you drive across the city, if you've paid attention, there's this sort of cascading thing that
the hills, the terraces on the hills.
You see the way they arrange it. It's meant to prevent flooding.
Yes.
You see, it's those tiny details, like those tiny details.
They think.
That's
they
like,
are deliberate.
We
no, they think and they work, they act.
They act.
Because we also think, but then our actions don't reflect the quality of our thinking.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, see, Ghana, we have more talented labor than they do over here.
Is that so?
Oh, yes. Apart from the fact that, you know, our population is much higher,
yeah,
for historical reasons,
yeah,
we have a lot more educated young people to, you know, older people than is present here.
Right.
For me in the tech sector, we have way more tech solutions in Ghana than they do over here. The key thing is that when they see a good idea here, they hop on it, implement it, and scale it up.
Yeah.
We push ideas. So there are a number of things that are here that have been implemented. Like
by Ghanaians?
Even by Ghanaians. You have a number of Ghanaians that live in Kigali, and all of them are passionate about Kigali, are passionate about Rwanda.
Ooh.
You speak to them and they're like, since I got here, my BP is even better.
Oh, Chale. I mean, the drive from home to work alone, by the time you get to work, you tired, bro. Chale. Oh.
Yeah, like, Chale. I don't gonna lie you, my first time, man, I got a bit teary.
Yeah.
I got teary because, you know, people keep saying that it's not possible to have an Africa that works.
Yeah.
And Rwanda has proved that you can have an Africa that works. But also, the painful thing to me is that in Ghana, again, I want us to highlight this.
Yeah.
The Ghanaians are really, really incredible people. We have talented people, right? The issue is that systemically, we are not leveraging all those talents to really get to where we need to be. So it feels like there's a country. Let's not forget this is also a landlocked country.
Yeah, it is. They don't have access to ports.
Yes.
Okay, they are 1,500 kilometers away from the sea. Yeah.
And they barely have a lot of natural resources or any of those things.
I can't think of many.
I think they have like
they grow coffee. We do cocoa.
Yes.
To understand.
And even coffee, they are not that much of the largest producers. You have Kenya and the rest, Ethiopia and the rest, right? So we have too many things. And so for me, that's part of the pain point. But on the other side, I want Rwanda to be a form of inspiration and encouragement to us. Yeah. That we can make it happen in Africa.
Charlie.
If they were able to do this with what they have, why not? We can go much further.
It's just beautiful. We drove from here to Musanze, up north, and the hills we saw, bro, the quality of the roads. And in between every hill, even on top of the hill, all the way up, it's cultivated.
Yeah.
Like there are trees and then there are food crops.
Yeah.
Right? So because of flooding, there's always that terracing thing. And the effect is so beautiful. It's green. It's nice. Oh, bro.
It's exciting, but also kind of sad.
It's deep. I don't know how to put it, but
No, but I mean, like, again, we will be okay. We'll be okay. We just need to set up. That's what we need to do, right? So, for example, we just had the 3i Summit in Ghana.
Yes.
And, I mean, this is just my speculation.
Yeah.
I think that it had occurred to us that at some point, Rwanda has now become the conference capital
Yes.
of Africa.
That's true.
And not so long ago, we were one of the best on the continent.
Mm-hmm.
It was either us or Kenya that a lot of conferences were happening. We've lost that touch,
Yeah.
especially for tech conferences.
Look, have you seen their convention center?
Yes.
Bro.
Very modern, very beautiful.
Bro. And they are
Yes.
going to host some automobile federation. And this is the first time it will be hosted in the world,
Right.
in Africa.
Yes.
This is the first time it will be hosted in Africa.
Yes.
And some of the Formula One drivers, superstars, they'll all be here with their cars and models and things like that. And that's good for the economy.
Yes. They did the MBA thing.
Yes.
They did, what was the name? Did you hear the announcement about Grammy Africa? And guess who is the main consultant that is helping the person that is going to run
Don't tell me it's a Ghanaian.
Denta,
Oh.
a Ghanaian. That's my point.
Oh.
That's my point. There are a lot of Ghanaians that are within the ecosystem supporting what is
Yeah.
being done here. Because,
Yeah.
you know, for a young person, you get frustrated,
Yeah.
right? You're very passionate about Ghana,
Yes.
right? And I've seen that materialize in unfortunate incidents, right? I've seen it.
Yeah.
You definitely, hopefully, right? As more tempting opportunities come to exit, you
Yeah.
stay.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, who could fault you for it?
Actually.
Who could fault you for it?
That's a good one. So this is Beyond Borders on Channel One TV. We are in Kigali in Rwanda, hanging out with world-renowned big man, AI expert, Ghanaian born, here in Kigali, doing amazing things. And we're just reflecting on the things that we have seen so far since we came. We're talking about the cleanliness. There was a point you touched on, the sense of patriotism of the young Rwandan, and it's so infectious. And you listen to them, and sometimes you're even angry. Like, why do you like? I don't know, but I get jealous how they love their country and how they put in a lot of work. So, for example, while we're returning, the police signaled us to park, and we parked for well over 35 minutes. What was happening? The president was going to pass, right? And the convoy, Charlie, when we saw the thing, phew, Toyota like Ghana song, then the range, you see, oh, Kagame did this one. He's like, but now you say, hey, the convoy is becoming plenty. And they said, no, it's not the president alone, it's minister. They were defending, you know, the Ghana and KBDG Mampeniatem. But it's also because then they feel that whatever they are doing, it has an impact on their lives.
Actually, on that point, I would even support the Rwandans that spoke, because I've seen it myself. If it's a regular occasion, right, and the president is passing, but sometimes it's just a single car.
Yeah.
And everyone knows his range. And
Yeah.
he just passed by. I've seen it before. They stopped us for a while.
Yeah.
And then he just came to pass by.
Only him.
Only him.
Wow.
The most I've seen is two cars, one in front, one behind.
I think this was because of campaign.
Yes. So
More
this
of
is
that,
a different.
more of that.
And so I saw it and I was like, Ghana, even the MP car is passing by. It's like
MPP, forecast. Make you go forget.
just maybe some drink.
What's that say?
They go buy watches.
I got chilling Friday night.
Because some blow noise and all of that.
Oh my God.
No, so it's just, you know, and you know, I had conversations with people and they were talking about campaign. They're like, wow, the campaign is massive. And I'm like, no, you haven't seen it. You come to Ghana and see how we go overboard with things.
But even as you talk about the campaign, we were at his launch at, what's the name? One of the campuses up there in Musanze, University of Kigali. And see, the order. Hey, when the president was speaking, everybody, the whole place was quiet.
Yeah.
Until maybe someone will raise a song, then they'll do something, or he will chant something. And then, like the order, the discipline, when we finished, the only litter I saw there was the flags they were holding. And of course, 1 or 2 bottles. And we joked that, Charlie, these are the West Africans who came here. They have dropped the plastic over here. It's crazy. It's sad.
Then shots fired.
What I say? It's sad. It's sad. And then I think they're also very punctual. Am I wrong?
No.
They're punctual.
Yeah. But for me, the main point is that we can become whatever we want to become. If we want discipline in Ghana, we can have it. We just need to implement it. We can't just say, oh, Ghanaians, they be so now we do. No, it don't be so now we do. It don't be so now we do.
One of the annoying things I experienced when I came here, our chaperone, the guy, you know, they are very young and they're very solid. They know their country so well. And so, first night we came and they said tomorrow morning we should have breakfast by 6:30, by 7 the car is moving. And the way he kept insisting, I was like, and there will be a Kabibia fire and watch that guy here and let me wait for him and say, oh, patch saying. So we were on time the next morning, right? But later on when I had a chance to talk to one of his colleagues, I was like, and she was like, oh, she studied at ALU and the Ghanaian students who were there, they were always late. I was I don't want to be able to go anymore.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it be true.
Yeah,
it be true. We time be fluid, give way. It be fluid. You know, but yeah, it's hopefully we are encouraged by it.
Yeah.
But you know, also let's say on the flip side, I've had some friends that are Rwandans and they came to Ghana and they loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it because there's a lot. This is a small city.
Yeah.
Like literally, when I came here the first time, it took me like 2 nights and I seen everything.
You've seen everything already.
And you start running into the same people.
Oh, you know everyone.
I almost essentially right now I know everyone. When I get a small like,
just
hey,
you again now. You
go catch over here, you can never be. You can't tell like I'm sleeping in the house. So before you know, they are in the house. They catch you. They hide some corner. There's not that many people. Yeah. So the thing is that when they came to Accra, it felt like there were so many options of things you could do.
Right. Variety.
Right. We have a lot of it, right?
Yeah.
So when I was hyping up, like, I enjoy Rwanda, they're like, bro, why don't you appreciate all of this?
Yeah. So people think, and yeah, that's the other thing. Also, to be honest, Kigali for Modiane.
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, Charlie.
You see their women beautiful. Then you see that? I don't know if the landscape were beautiful or the women's scape were beautiful.
The landscape there, we know the view.
Yeah, if the bee, but the other view, the bee pass. My brother, I'm not gonna lie you have to come and say.
This thing will get me in trouble back home.
Marcus, this is Beyond Borders on ChannelOne TV. I'm Caleb. Good hanging out with my friend Darlington Akogo. I'll take a quick break. When I'm back, I'll ask him what exactly brings him here. Of course, it's AI and how that meeting with Bill Gates took place, you know. I'm interested, you see? Yeah. And other things. Keep watching. Welcome back to Beyond Borders on ChannelOne Television. My name is Caleb Kuda, hanging out with Darlington Akogo in Kigali, the beautiful national capital of Rwanda. And I'm going to go into the more big-ticket conversations, which has got to do with AI and what you're doing here. You've been traveling around the world doing all that you do, but Sinana Americano, to be honest, me, Rwanda, their food is blunt, is tasteless. I don't know what you have experienced. Maybe I have not been here long enough.
I agree. Yeah. So yesterday, you know, when we finished, and we'll talk about it, when we finished our program here, we went for dinner, and then we were having this chicken wings, pizza and the rest. And I said, this is the least seasoned chicken I've ever seen. Even I was like, even white people will not eat this. That's what I said. Someone even made a joke. They made it in a microwave. There's no seasoning on it. And you know what's funny?
Tell me.
Coincidentally, they have one of the hottest sauce I've ever
They
seen.
do. It's
Akabanga.
Akabanga. It has some sunflower oil, and
Yes,
and it's hot.
Yes. But for some reason,
Still.
they just do it on the side.
Yeah.
The food is just bland.
Yeah.
Even the pepper is just hot. There's,
Yeah.
But ours is like tasty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when my friends came to Ghana, they did enjoy the Ghanaian food, but they can't handle the spices.
It's a lot for them. Right.
They even tease us, they ask for us here, even tea crowd with
the spices.
spices inside, which to be honest, means about they put ginger.
Yeah.
It be nice.
We go there, Fatima Hotel there for Musenzi. They give we some hot ginger tea, then honey, then things. That one be vibe.
Yes.
Be vibe. But there was some plantain. They didn't even remove the peel from it. They just bought the thing, put them for there. I say, Adriani Beni. So me, you know what I did? My mother gave me shito, so I brought some shito.
Nice.
She gave me gari too, but the gari, no. It's in some zipper bag. Let me show you, it's a plastic, so they'll confiscate it. But they are big on that ban on plastics thing.
Yes.
They're very big on it.
Yes.
So at the airport, one of the cameramen from another country came. He had wrapped his tripod with plastic.
Oh. Yeah.
I think it's one of the reasons why their city is so clean.
Yes. Even for me, you know, when you are leaving the airport, you can wrap your bag. I did the same thing.
Yes.
They didn't allow me to leave the airport.
You can't come with it.
Yeah.
You can't come with it.
So again, it goes back to the point about intentionality.
Yeah.
Like you have to be intentional about these things. You
Tell
don't
Ghanaian
just-
leaders they should do something and stop that thing they always do.
I encourage you
Tell
to
them.
say it.
Oh, no, me, I've been saying, when I say this, I'm a bad boy.
No. Yes, but we know we need to do better.
We
Seriously.
can use AI to replace that thing, huh?
We can use AI to. The politician won't take AI.
No. I'm taking out the plastic.
This one you're your own brother. No, exactly.
Yeah,
like we can do better when it comes to some of these policies. These are details, man. Like as a standalone, if you say that okay, don't wrap your bag, as something it's nothing special, but it's the aggregate of all these tiny policies that make it work, right?
True.
And again, we've been laughing at ourselves that we have them, but to be honest, we actually have them men in Ghana. We are not using them.
We do sincerely.
And the women, we are not using them.
Sincerely.
So that's the problem.
No, but on the Gary and Shito note, shout outs to my mom. You know, I have a lot of mothers. They do different things. But Millicent Abubedu is amazing.
Okay.
So shout outs to you. But now let's come to AI and things. So how long have you been in Kigali and what have you been up to? I'm sure it's all AI. Give us a bit of all that you've been doing.
So I got here Friday morning.
Okay, we got here Friday night.
Yeah, so the same day.
Right.
We got here the same day.
Yeah.
So what was crazy was my conference actually started Friday morning.
Okay.
So essentially I'm here for something that is called Indaba X.
Okay.
Right? So they hold it in different countries. So there's one in Ghana, there's one here, and a number of other African countries.
Right.
Then there's a big annual one that you hold where you bring people together.
Right.
This is essentially the biggest AI conference in Africa.
Wow.
Right?
And you are one of the keynote speakers.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, yeah, but actually the last annual one for the whole continent was held in Ghana.
Right.
This year's will be held in Senegal, next year in Rwanda.
Charlie.
So, Charlie, so, we there inside, we are just looking at, so essentially when I came here, I was even here with one of the leading people from the Google AI lab that is in Accra.
Right.
So both of us were here together, and essentially what we did was discuss the status of AI in Africa, but also one key thing was I showcased our new AI system. Right. So this is the AI system that essentially you can ask it any medical question or even non-medical question.
Oh.
You can give it an X-ray and tell me what do you see, what is wrong with this patient. It will interpret it for you. Wow. And just earlier, your Nigerian colleague Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Sean. When we were having a discussion, he was telling me about how he's interested in the application of AI in the film industry.
Yeah.
So right there, I was like, let's try it and see. So I pulled our AI system right on my phone. So I just told it, write me a script based on Nigeria, Ghana, a sci-fi movie.
Right.
That takes cultural elements, brings in Afrofuture, and it just generated it. He was shocked. Then right there, I said, you can ask it any medical question. So he typed there, I have a headache, and then what did he say? Body aches. what should I do about it? So the AI system started telling it things like, look, you can do heat or cold therapy. You can take painkillers, over-the-counter painkillers. It gave it all these things. You can just rest. You can do massage.
Wow.
It gave it a breakdown of all the things you could do.
Wow.
Then I took it a step further. Based on the symptoms, what could be responsible for it? And then it said several things. You could just have the flu.
Oh.
You could be tired.
Right.
And this is very relevant. So he was even making the point that this is better than searching on Google.
Yeah.
When you search on Google, 2 minutes later, you
Very
are convinced
generic.
you have... Even when you are convinced you have cancer 2 minutes later, because you start seeing your symptoms
Yes.
applying to all types of scary stuff. So essentially why we built this system is that there's a shortage of clinicians, not only in Ghana, not only in Rwanda, but globally. It's a global problem. For us to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals as it applies to healthcare, which is in what, about 6 years, right, 2030,
Yeah.
we need 40 million more health workers around the world.
Wow.
40 million more. And to be honest, the world might not have the money to fund something like that.
Yeah.
So we are building this AI system that can do a number of medical tasks to support the existing medical doctors
Right.
and health workers that are around the world.
Right.
And for us, very, very important is Africa.
Okay.
So Ghana, Rwanda, Nigeria, all of these places, we're engaging different parties, different partners. We've already started getting partners within the East African bloc. So we have one partner that is coming on board, and they are giving us even medical data that we can use to make sure that the AI system is much, much better. We have partnerships in Ghana and other parts of West Africa, even as far as Brazil, in the Caribbean. So we form partnerships there. Currently, we have one partner in the US that wants us to use our AI system to help cancer patients.
Wow.
Yes. So out of some of these partnerships, in total right now, we have over 6 billion medical records, and we are more than likely the AI lab with the most medical data in the world.
Wow.
Because we have over 6 billion. And with the partners that are coming on, before the year is over, we'll probably have over 10 billion.
Hey, Kojo.
Yeah.
Hey, we are baller, what's it?
We did try. We for try.
Yeah.
And you know, to just put this into numerical value or
Yes.
monetary value to
Yes.
be precise, right? I remember speaking to some data brokers and I asked them, how much do you sell a single record or study? And they told me $10 to $15. So if we have 6 billion medical records,
Wow.
right? The
Wow.
value, the monetary value of that data
Yeah.
is over $60 billion.
My goodness.
Yes.
Wow.
But the actual value of having an AI system learn from that data is much larger than that, because essentially we have an AI system right now that can do radiology, microscopy, biochemistry, like it can give you the breakdown of drugs, how they interact in the system, nursing, it can do pathology, cancer, all of these things. So we are very excited where we are, and again, we did this starting from Ghana. We need to acknowledge that, right?
Very important.
We are African, we are going global, we have partnerships all over the world, but our Ghanaian identity is very, very,
Very
important
key.
to us.
Yes. There's a lot of innovation that is coming from our soil, from Ghana, from Africa, and all of that. And it's obvious that, and sometimes when I look at my friends who are in the innovation space, some of their biggest support system is not their government. It's not even corporates in their countries. What is your story in your journey so far? Who are your biggest support base, and what kind of support do you need from your own compatriots?
It's almost like you set up this question perfectly for me, because this has been one of my pain points, right, in this journey. Because when we started, right, for the first couple of years, we've been doing this since 2017.
Sir.
Yes.
Wow.
How many times we tried to engage different stakeholders? You know, it could be government, you know, it could be the existing people that were in the setup. We're just trying to see, okay, how can we work together to leverage AI, or even just talk about AI? No one cared, no one wanted to listen to it.
2017.
2017.
So AI has been there since that time.
Oh, yes.
Nancy, I'll meet you.
A day check.
Am I the only one who is saying about AI? I want a partner, you too, eh? Am I the only person? It's okay, I like.
A day check, bro.
Wow.
Not only a day check, we started in 2017 in Ghana. And this was, by then, there was very little. We are probably one of the first AI initiatives in Africa. And we started this in Ghana. And to be honest, where we've gotten to now is incredible. I'm happy and I'm proud.
Yeah.
But probably if we had gotten certain support very early on,
we would have scaled
10x.
up faster.
Yes,
Wow.
10x. We could have made Ghana the AI hub of Africa. And probably it would be a role model to outside of Africa. We could have done that. That was what I was proposing. But some way, somehow, we ended up helping a number of other African countries.
Before Ghana jumped on this.
Yes. And so when we got in, even funding, our earliest funding came from partnerships that we did with Imperial College London, which brought us funding from the UK government. And you think that, okay, after doing that, it will be easier to now convince our own. Still. Then came in everyone else. Then came in even other African countries. We're doing projects in Uganda. We're doing all of this stuff. Then, eventually even the Gates Foundation and all of that. So it took a while before, okay, I started getting this sort of attitude, which was that, hey, if they don't accept me, that's okay. I'll go wherever I'm accepted, right? Because at the end of the day, you are trying to fix a problem. The problem is not only in one place. So I did that. So for most of the time, because I wasn't even active in most things that were happening in Ghana. I was everywhere else except Ghana.
Wow.
And it bothered me. But then when we did, what's the name? The Ghana CEO Summit, which was like about a month ago. Before then, there's been a lot of entities in Ghana we've been working with. The reception have changed. But for me, that was like a pivotal moment. And I didn't realize how emotional I'll be about it because these were essentially the top companies in Ghana. They were there. Our 2 presidential candidates were in participation. You had, Honorable Mahama.
Baumizi. Baumizi was online, I remember. And JM came to read some speech, I remember.
Yes, so they were all sitting there. You had the government agency CEOs, the banking agent, telcos, everyone was there. And then, they were like, there was 2 keynotes, and I gave one of the keynotes on AI. And then...
No, my memo fans kakra.
Literally, the funny thing. So in the end, we didn't plan for it. I was just supposed to do slides. And I said, no, let me do a demo of the AI. And so I told them they can ask me any finance question. I'll ask the AI sim. So someone said, how do we stop the CD depreciation? And we asked the AI.
Then Baumia was there. He should never have said it.
He's the only AI. You get us in trouble. So, we asked the AI system. And the AI actually was like coming up with fiscal policies and stuff like that. So I was like,
did he say if the fundamentals are weak, they send you to expose
no comment. If the AI says that, they'll ban the AI system. They'll be like, this is a political AI.
I tell you.
So it's just, and then the reception from them, they were all happy. They're like, this is amazing. How do we work together? And the night before, I was like, someone was like, hey, aren't you happy you're going to do this? I'm like, oh, it's a talk. We've done several talks.
So long.
But when I did this and I felt almost teary.
Wow.
Because it felt like for the first time, my
you were
people...
getting your flowers from your own people.
Yes, and it didn't matter to me because I've been around, we've met presidents, vice presidents, even Bill Gates and all that stuff, which is amazing. But there was something about just having...
Your own people also celebrate you and validate what you're doing.
Yes, and want to work with you. It felt so good, and I didn't realize it would feel that good. So to me, I really hope that, the generation that comes after us don't have... It doesn't take them from 2017 to 2024
to get to this kind of acclaim, right? That's a good point. But the best part, though, is that we're at a critical point in our history where we've come to accept how important going digital is. You understand? Whether it is Baumia saying he will do digital, or it is Mahama saying they made some efforts earlier and they are now building on it. So that gives some great platform for us to make then AI mainstream, right? So how can we take advantage of your expertise, you and your team, to enhance our public service, especially with healthcare, since that is where your mainstay is? Because now everyone is trying to push their manifesto, and I'm sure even if they had their way, they will put you on their manifesto, AI something. If they've not called you yet, I won't be surprised. I'll be surprised.
No comment. Okay. So, no comment. No, but how can we leverage AI? Again, when we were talking about intentionality, right? That's what it needs, right? We can have high level. So actually, Ghana has 2 AI governance project initiatives that we've worked on, funded by GIZ. So there's a national AI strategy. It's currently with the Ministry of Communication and Digitization. Then there's the ethical AI framework, which is also with them. So we've already sat down to talk about on the idea level of let's use AI to improve, because we do Mino Health AI Labs, healthcare. Kara Agro AI, we do agriculture. Then Goodra AI Studio, we do every sector. In the strategy, we already have these things. How can we improve healthcare, agriculture, education, energy, and all of those amazing ideas? What we need now is not ideas, implementation.
Okay, so we have the ideas already.
We have the ideas already.
We need the discipline and political will to execute, right?
Yes. And it's not that we don't now need to build a solution. Like I was just showcasing, we have the solution. For us right now, one of the things we're going for is scaling up. We're already working with health facilities in Ghana, right? But it's not enough, because if you go to the hospital, the chances of you even interacting with our AI system is low. And you are doing well for yourself in Accra. How much more, our relatives are in the remote areas where their lives could actually be safe. They could get access to cheaper, faster, much more accurate healthcare, and they are not. So, but for us to do something like that, we need to partner with the stakeholders. So, if we want to get serious about AI, we need to start taking some of these solutions, implementing them on a larger scale. Not, we've passed the idea stage right now, it's all implementation.
And paying lip service to them. To be fair, I think the zipline innovation is one of the most radical in our healthcare delivery system. I've been to the Bonsu station. From that end, they flew the zipline drone, delivered medication to a village somewhere in Kou, something called no, it's not Rwanda is Cape Coast. The name Mire people is not on the map, but it took it there, and that's quite a laudable innovation. So I think that we've flirted with technology before in terms of delivering efficient healthcare, whatever. So we shouldn't sleep on AI, because I have a feeling that if we slack, Nigerians will even claim you. Those guys, those strong, Shion and his people, they will claim you.
He actually already invited me.
Oh, you are? Oh, you are?
No,
I'm sure Tinubu will even put you in his office.
Charlie.
Give you good money and Nigerian this thing.
They have a huge population.
Yeah, they do.
So if you're looking for impact in numbers, it's not.
And revenue also.
And revenue.
It's a good market.
Very, very good market for businesses. So, but on the flip side, right? Talking about Nigeria, now if you compare Nigeria to Rwanda, right? Nigeria has the largest population in Africa. Zipline, also bringing in Zipline. Zipline started here in Rwanda.
Yes.
Not here in Rwanda for their African... Here in Rwanda, period, in anything they ever did anywhere in the world. Zipline exists because it started in Rwanda. Rwanda's proposal to technology companies around the world is that we don't have the biggest market. But we would give you access to quickly take your idea and scale it up. And prove
that is workable. I see that.
So when Zipline proved that it works in Rwanda, Ghana took it up.
Meanwhile, Ghana, our leader says the first in the world, though.
That's revisionist history. So that's the thing, right? The key point also in there is that if by normal assessments, they really didn't have any proposal to win over technology companies. Because you have a tiny market, not so...
Their capital is just 1.2 million people, That's like Kaswa, Ashama, Konkatama, so finish.
That be all.
Osekum Kramai.
The other one self. They're also even I don't know their GDP, but I don't think their GDP is that wild, right?
Wild,
So technically, we should be asking ourselves, why is it that they are bringing in, they are attracting all this cool technology companies to come over here, right? And so we have better numbers, so we can do the same thing. Even Nigeria with its big markets could learn from that. to me, anything that is happening in Rwanda is proof to the rest of African countries that if you took this and you scaled it up, you have 10x, 100x results.
Yeah. And we have too many excuses for the kind of problems that we have. I will not end this conversation without asking you about education, how to appropriate education such that we train the next generation to be AI-minded, you know, to be skilled and to take advantage of all that there is in AI. By the way, what's your background?
That's a bit of a longer story. So my background, actually do not have a bachelor's degree.
Okay.
Right? So I didn't go to the university as a student, which is an interesting story.
Wow.
So when I finished high school, even before I started senior high school, started learning computer programming.
Okay.
And then started building tools. So I finished high school, and then I just kept building. I didn't want to go to the university because I believe you could learn everything online.
You are feeding Mark Zuckerberg.
Basically.
You could make it in the garage.
In the garage. So I was part of the garage-inspired generation. But funny enough, I ended up in the university.
Right.
I ended up as a researcher and a lecturer.
Look at that.
So since then, I've been a lecturer in some of the private universities.
Right.
Also, even University of Ghana, I've done, you know, working with masters and PhD students. And even right now, fate, I don't know, let's not call it fate, just the world being a funny place, I'm actually a PhD supervisor. So
one go university, you know.
I'm a PhD supervisor. And, by students is looking at data science and all of that, and I'm helping. So very soon he will be doctor.
And you will be...
I'll be nobody Darlington.
No, you are the darling of the AI world, man. You are the darling. You are the darling.
But yeah, to be honest, the reason why I used to encourage people not to go to university, I've changed my mind since then. But it's also proved that we live in a generation where technology can give people access.
Leverage.
Because leverage. The things that I was able to learn, actually just got them from the internet.
Are you serious? You're learning on YouTube and those things.
The same thing that we all have access to.
Hey.
So that was enough for me to learn from there to now
Some
go and
people
partner
know the YouTube, they just use it to watch this thing, no?
The movie, the Nollywood ones and things.
Saying kwa. You know saying kwa.
Which one be saying kwa?
You they continue.
See, you know the funny thing, we shouldn't paint this picture like, you know, if you want to be serious, accomplished, then you don't have to have fun. You are serious, accomplished, but you have fun.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
If you had caught me last night, you would have seen me in a different location, doing something else. We are young people, let's embrace our youth, we have fun. I watch all the funny videos on YouTube, but at the same time, right?
You still make time to learn.
To learn.
With the same platforms.
The same platform, the same resources. And so that was enough for me to go from essentially Chemukan guy.
Oh, you went to Chemu?
I went to Chemu, bro.
I see.
To go from a Chemukan guy to essentially someone who was going all over the world to be seen as one of the best in AI and all of that stuff. So essentially we all have resources, but this comes back to the early question you asked. Education, right? Yes. What we need is to leverage the tools we have. So education should definitely be digitized.
Are universities catching up with this new revolution?
Actually, I would say they're doing a good job.
Okay.
So the reason why I say this, it's improved over the years.
Okay.
There are a number of AI initiatives that currently at University of Ghana that we are working on with them. KNUST.
Okay.
We actually have something.
Those guys, I like them. They like following our footsteps. It's good.
Hey,
it's commendable.
It's commendable. From MIT.
Oh, Munya Butre.
Oponglo Harvard. Oponglo
Harvard. Congratulations to Professor Rita, though her appointment as VC has been renewed. I think she's the first female VC we've had. Then they gone followed in that step. That one there you beat us.
You follow.
I give it to you.
No, but they are trying. Actually, in AI, sorry to say this, but KNUST is doing better.
Oh, it's fine. We are not a tech university, but we even do that better. But it's okay. We can give them this.
Hey, we'll give them that one.
It's fine.
Yeah. So actually, with the response, so the interesting thing is that when I get back to Accra, on Tuesday, Wednesday I'm heading straight to Kumasi.
Right.
So this connects where we're going to KNUST. So there's a lab that we set out there called Responsible AI Lab.
Okay.
And when we get there, we are going to do some AI trainings.
Okay.
As part of this lab, we've actually created AI curriculums at the bachelor's, master's, and PhD level.
Wow.
They have postdoc researchers, they have student researchers, all of those things are happening in KNUST.
Wow.
In University of Ghana, there's also a lot that is happening. We've run a number of AI training programs in partnership with the computer science department.
Right.
So I'll say our universities and then a private university, Ashesi and all those people, they're also doing quite a remarkable job.
Nice.
Yeah, we need to, Caleb, to be honest with you, my whole thing is that we have so many things already happening. The issue is the scale of it.
Okay.
KNUST is a huge university. University of Ghana is a huge university, but our educational system is much larger than that.
That's true.
We should be taking this and bringing it across board.
Right.
Those are the things that we should be doing.
Right. I'm sure the Minister of Education is taking note because he's been big on the STEM education and all of that. Has he had a conversation with you yet on AI?
No, he hasn't had a conversation with me, but then there was someone on LinkedIn who mentioned that the government wants to create an AI curriculum. Okay. So someone recommended, and then we had like a brief conversation. So they want to create something for, I think, high school, then TVET, then also for the university. So they want to
I like that TVET is in the mix because it's a really big deal.
Yeah. And to be honest, like we've gotten to a point where AI is practical. It's not some fancy thing that someone needs to be sitting in some lab to use. Again, like you can use this, like the AI system I was showcasing. If you're a creative person, whatever you're doing that is hands-on, you can use it to come up with ideas, come up with implementations and stuff like that. So let's make it so that it's all over the place. Actually, one of the interesting things that I've been discussing is if we can, because for our healthcare initiative, if we can go to the medical schools and train the upcoming medical doctors.
That would be very important. These days, I'm told that Gen Z doctors, they have their own language, they write sentences. We should just add the AI to it, then not far.
Yeah.
I like it. I have a few more minutes, so I have just one last question. And the last question will be for you to set a question that I didn't ask you, so you answer your own question. But my final question would be, how was that meeting with Bill Gates like?
You know, it was a surreal moment. The name is Darlington Akogo, founder, CEO of Mino Health AI Labs. Just because someone was born on one side of the planet and another on the other side of the planet, that would determine whether they can just fall sick and just die unexpectedly. I wanted to first of all understand this problem and see what would be the best solution. The main challenge that exists in healthcare was a shortage of clinicians. In Ghana, there's one doctor for every 10,000 people. So if you can develop an AI system that can digitize a lot of the things that clinicians do, and then you can make that digital doctor accessible to everyone, you would reduce the number of people that just fall sick and die unexpectedly. I thought I'd had crazy experiences before then.
Okay.
So to tell you something a bit personal, I'm not the person who...
You are not enamored by personalities?
No.
Okay.
I don't get starstruck.
Right.
At all. But there are few moments that's like... And there are few people that I've badly wanted to meet in this world. Bill Gates was one of them.
Right.
Because growing up, I looked up to him. Right. The garage stories, right?
What did I say?
So there was that element to it too. But then also it's just when... So, you know, people say that, like, you speak things into existence, right? I'm not the strongest believer in that. Okay. But I've seen it happen.
Wow.
Which was that one of my dreams was to meet Bill Gates. But in my mind, it would happen somewhere...
Much later.
Much later.
Oh, look at that.
So, you know, we applied for some grant with the Gates Foundation. We got it.
Okay.
And it's for this same project, this AI system that can essentially do different things in healthcare and even beyond healthcare. So we applied, we got the funding and everything. We're not the only people they gave funding to, but then they started showing a lot of interest. So they're like, oh, we'll send our media team to feature you, we'll do all of this. And I'm like, wow.
So you were holding on to the excitement. Just say, yawa, just so yawa no pilot.
Yes. If you know happy, then you know happy. Right?
Nobody know.
Nobody go know. I go take my L, then go back. So, you know the funny thing?
Tell me.
even through like sorting it out, the embassy, flight and everything, getting to Seattle. Even all the way to when they took us to the foundation first, the headquarters of the foundation. All at this point I was convinced Embassy.
Okay, if for nothing at all, he will not come. The man himself will not be there.
Because once they started introducing me to, this is the head of this, and this is, I'm like, oh, cast.
You don't cast.
Everybody go chop breakfast. I chop breakfast. So
then you come back.
I come back. Wow. So then, also all this time, right, they had told in the email that dinner with Bill Gates and everything. So I was thinking we'll go to some restaurant or something, right? Now when we're sitting, we had to rehearse the dinner. I don't even know if I'm actually didn't tell me I cannot say anything. So I'll say anything. I'll say everything. So
I
we
know.
sat there and then they're like, so when we get to his house, we do, and I'm like, get to whose house?
Hey, you're going to his house.
I only found out like few hours before it happened. And they're like, Bill Gates' house, what do you think we're talking about all this time? They're like, did you read all the full email? I'm like, Master, I don't read it again. Before you know, we started talking about AI. But the exciting thing about talking with Bill Gates is that everything is connected to everything. So we're talking about AI, healthcare, biology, then we connect it to history, anthropology, and all of that.
Wow.
But he's actually very argumentative. That was the part that was straight out of the gate to say you are wrong. I said, hey, Master, what happened to diplomacy? I'm wrong, sir. You make me come all the way from Accra to your house. You're telling me I'm wrong.
What kind of life is this?
What kind of life is this? So he said I was right, and I said, you know what? I'll push back. When you don't invite me again, please, outside, I argue with you. So what was meant to be 2 hours ended up being 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
With debates.
So debates.
And the crazy thing about him, right? When you tell him he's also wrong.
Because
when he told me I was wrong, my ego flared up. I was like, you go see today. We're lying. On the flip side, when I told him it's wrong,
it was cool.
He's at the dinner table with a notebook and pen.
Are you serious?
Notebook and pen. When you tell him it's wrong, he's going to pay attention and start writing.
And he's noting your argument.
And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Very competitive, but a humble student of just knowledge. He just wants to learn. He's a student of knowledge, man.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, bro.
You've done so well.
Bro.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, bro.
Super. You scored it. You do.
I don't catch L.
No, but it's good. It's inspiring.
Thank you.
Really inspiring. So at this point, I just want you to look in the camera and tell those people who are looking up to you, the young people whom you are Bill Gates to, right? Tell them something. Because this thing, it can be very stressful. You can hustle, come back, do what you understand. Especially when your parents don't support you and they think you are crazy, you are wearing afro, and there's somebody we brought up well, what is happening to you? I think you are going crazy.
You are not far off. And I used to have dreadlocks.
Are you?
Yes.
Tell them something.
Yeah, I mean, there's this famous quote from, Steve Jobs that says that, like, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect it looking backward.
Right.
I can guarantee you, no matter how tough, Charlie, the thing gets, you never know how far you can go, right? Someone also told me that you've come too far to only come this far.
Right.
And so there were very low moments in Accra where I had given up a lot to make these things happen. It got so bad that there were times I couldn't even afford pure water to drink. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding you. It got really bad. If you had told me in those moments that I would have met Bill Gates and then his foundation will be funding our projects and we'll be building this AI, I would have doubted it. So the lesson is that regardless of the circumstances you find yourself, you can really, really, really push yourself and go much, much forward. And the world has a lot to learn from young Ghanaians and Africans. We have a lot to give to the world. So don't hold back. I know all the pain of the things we go through, but keep pushing and we will build a better Ghana, a better Africa, and we would become some of the top leaders in the world. So let's keep pushing.
Sharp. Yeah. Darlington Akogo, we're a star boy, big man.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
So this is Beyond Borders on City TV. Thank you for watching. Oh, ChannelOne TV. I'm sorry, I beg. Sometimes forgive me. City TV, sir. Anyway, in concluding, Bill Gates, please, if you are watching, me too, I'm here. So me, you are
highly recommended.
Thank you.
Highly recommended.
Thank you, Niabredo.
Yes.
I cried too much.
We will survive, Charlie.
I cried too much. 2 years rent, I think. But you know they pay 1 month rent here.
Oh yeah.
And then Kenya too.
Yes.
But because I'm a fan of personal, 2 years, bye bye.
No, Charlie.